Channel disclaimer. Hello to all fellow fans. You know the drill by now. If you haven't already, now is the time to pause this video and read the channel's disclaimer before viewing any of my work. Thank you kindly. Time to Die by Jet Hipwell. Chapter 6. Party, Party, Party. Several months had gone by without any crazy antics or killing sprees, just normal everyday life. The club was struggling due to the coronavirus outbreak, and Jet knew it may not survive into the new year. Trying to hold on to the positives in life, she had been invited to Marie's end of summer barbecue party in a week's time, where everyone will be having a great time, drinking round a fire, great food, and getting doggy play time with Bruno. Bruno always cheered Jet up, no matter what kind of day she'd had. The dog was always happy to see her, giving love and cuddles with rather excitable tail wagging. That thought made her smile. The phone rang. "You must be psychic," Jet laughs. "I was just thinking about you and the barbecue next week." "Well, it's about that I want to talk to you about. Do you fancy helping me out with something?" "Always, hon. If I can't help with something, I will. What's the problem?" "My mother," Marie said, laughing her head off. Karen Spellman was a nightmare. Totally selfish, not giving a damn about anyone except herself. Mutton dressed as lamb, supposedly suffering from anxiety and depression. However, watch her turn up to every party going. Not only that, the woman was full-blown alcoholic, in full denial, and Marie would always be the black sheep of the family in her eyes. Not being able to push out grandchildren fast enough like the rest of the herd meant that Marie was singled out and not given a damn about. Something told me I knew that she was gonna ask, "Can we bump her off, please? She's way worse than anyone else you've killed, and this is personal to me. She's done it again, lied about my age to her friends to make herself look younger, only she got caught out because one of them spoke to me about it. She tells everyone that she comes to see me regularly and that our relationship is all hunky-dory. When really, the last time I saw her was last year, when I got dying garage flowers for my birthday, and she drank half my liquor cabinet, cracking jokes about not getting more grandkids. I've even done the hard part for you. I've collected a full strip of all the medications. If we use the pestle and mortar to make them all powder, and then whack it in whatever bottle she has, concealed in her handbag, people will just think she's overdone it again on her meds and messed up big time. Do you think that'll work?" "Seems legit. If you really want to do this, you keep her busy and I will tackle the handbag bit. Might be hard though, she's always has had it on her. Not until she's done drinking everyone else's booze first," she laughs. "She won't bring any to share for the party, but she will drink whatever other people bring till it runs out. So until she needs a handbag, I can hang it with the coats, and you can run upstairs to the bathroom to put the stuff in while I keep her busy. You realise she will die in front of everyone, and someone will call an ambulance." "Yeah, but she will have made such a fool of herself by that point, no one is going to care or say anything other than she's pissed as a fart on a medication." "Okay, bring the pills round and I'll see what I can do. I shall crack the kettle on." "Beautiful. See you in 15." Marie and Jet talked the morning away, Marie telling all the humiliating stories about her mother and what she gets up to at these parties. She would try and act like all the younger people and be necking booze quicker than anyone could pour it. There were stories of neglect and misconduct amongst the children and lack of care for her ill father, too busy partying and not enough care for her supposed loved ones. Jet knew she could get on board with topping Karen off. She was just unsure about it happening with such an audience. The rest of the killings had been people that were hardly missed or done in secret, but something longed in Jet to try. Challenge accepted, she thought. The night of the party arrived, and on Jet's arrival, everyone greeted her, handing out nibbles and drinks. Avoiding all to start with, she made a beeline for the dog. Bruno was sitting there wagging his tail and waiting for cuddles and love, toy poised in his mouth, looking as cute as ever. Dumping her bag, she made her way to the side of the room. "Bruno!" she said, getting bowled over by slobbery kisses and love. "Glad you could make it, dude," Marie said, winking at her. The majority of guests being in the garden with the food or in the living room with Marie's other half on the games console. "She's already half pissed. Have you got the stuff?" she asked eagerly. "I got it, hon," Jet replied. She's currently necking a bottle of Bailey's and trying to dance in the garden. She has already fallen over once, and the rest of the party are trying to avoid her like the plague. When that bottle's done, she will move on to the bottle on a bag. Like I said, it's the same bottle, but just hers. No one will ever know. So, you have about 20 minutes until she does that. Okay, so let's get it over with. Which handbag is it? The only one big enough to carry a bottle that size, she said, laughing. I hung it on the banister. Just watch out for the people in the room. I'm on it. Jet jumped up into action and headed for the stairs. The large handbag could be seen on the end of the railing, but people could also be seen in the room to the right. Jet's hands began to shake a little. She sat herself on the bottom step and removed her trainers before grabbing the handbag and heading upstairs to the bathroom. Finding a flat surface, Jet removed the bottle of Bailey's from the bag. Cracking it open, pouring a double down the sink, she then filled the bottle with the powdered mixture, a small amount spilling on the side. "Damn!" she said to herself, grabbing some toilet roll and dampening it with water. Once the spillage was cleared up, tissue flushed down the toilet and hands washed, she wiped down the bottle and replaced it into the handbag, giving that a once-over with a baby wipe and heading back downstairs. The party was going strong, and most people were in the garden now as food was being served. Jet placed the bag on the banister and wiped the handle down. It was done. She could now enjoy the party. About an hour later, Marie came over with a drink. Passing her the glass, she said, "Just a heads up, Mum's gone for the bag." The two of them walking into the kitchen could see Karen sliding the now empty bottle under the counter. "You all right, Mum?" she asked. "Yeah, are you?" she slurred back. "Always," Marie laughs. Karen now wobbles back to the garden. "See? That's as much conversation as she's had with me all bloody night. She just doesn't care about anyone but herself. I can't wait to see her finish that bottle." Looking across the garden, Jet could see Karen drinking straight from the bottle and in large glugs. "Now we wait," Marie said, staring across the yard. After some time had passed, people were noticing Karen complaining of feeling sick. There was nothing new there. A few people took her a chair outside by the fire and told her to sit down. She was also taken several glasses of water, all of which were refused in place of the bottle, and the party carried on around her. It was at that point Jet noticed the bottle slip from her hand to the floor. "Is it done?" she thought to herself. As the party was winding down, one of the guests suggested that we shouldn't leave Karen out in the cold. "Just chuck a blanket on her like normal," one of the crowd replied. A blanket was brought from inside and taken up the garden. It was then we heard the scream. Karen was sitting in the garden chair as if posed like a doll, her face grey in the dying firelight and a huge globule of white foam sliding down her chin. "Call an ambulance!" one of the girls shouted. Marie and the others ran to see what was going on, and another bystander went to check Karen's pulse. Only on touching the skin did she proceed to slide off the chair and onto the floor, hitting the ground with a hard thud. Her body then began to convulse and shake. With a huge gargling gasp, she was gone. Blue lights flashed on the driveway. Neighbours' curtains twitching from left to right to see what was going on as Karen's body was loaded into the back of the ambulance after the ME pronounced her dead at 11:45 p.m. Several weeks later, the report came back as alcohol poisoning with a high level of pharmaceuticals in her blood, resulting in a final heart attack. The phone rings. "Oh my God! We did it! The bitch is dead! The rest of the family are acting like they care, but they don't. They just want to know who's getting what," she said, laughing. "Even my dad's health seems better now the stress of her is gone. We did good, Jet. We did well." "I'm happy you're happy, hon. I'm having a down day today. Not sure why. Just feel very empty inside. Personally lonely, I guess." Jet's voice now low and saddened. "Oh, bless you, hon. Do you want me to come round for a bit and keep you company? We can have a smoke and a brew." "I also have cake," she said, laughing. "Well, if there's cake, then definitely," she said, laughing back. "I'll put the kettle on." Thank you for listening. There you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed listening, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel for all future videos and projects.